It's finally here, the day we've all been looking for, all of us NIO investors, and that is earnings for NIO for Q1 of 2021. I'm really hoping that their earnings blow it out of the water because the stock is not looking too hot right now. But I kind of feared that this is going to be the same situation that Tesla dealt with. Great earnings, bad results on the stock. It is what it is. Nothing you can do. Best we can do is hope, But we're going to give you guys all the information in this video on everything for the earnings, give you our estimates, where we think it's going to go, and basically just go from there. So let's just start off the video. We'll show you guys the chart that we made up of our predictions for the earnings and go off of that. So we've shown this in other videos and previous videos, but it is the deliveries for Q1 of 2021, starting with January. You got February and you got March down here, and you got the amount of vehicles they sold. It's broken down by the vehicle, how much those vehicles cost, and the total from each vehicle. Well, then we added all those up, and that gave us the total for the month. And in January, we got 402 million, 314 million for February, and 405 million for March, which gave us a grand total of $1.12 billion for the quarter. So if we get that roughly close, like if that's, let's say they landed right there on that, that's an 18.5% increase from Q4 of 2020 when they had $946 million in car sales.
Yep. And that's just throw this in there real quick. This is just base model prices, nothing,
right.
No add-ons. It also doesn't include if they did battery as a service. But last time our estimate was pretty close. We were just a little bit low, which, as I said a bunch of other times, I'd rather come in a little low. But yeah. I'm excited for these earnings.
I am too.
Even with the shutdowns, they were able to beat their goal. Well, their original goal was 20,000 to 20,500. Then they had to lower it to 19,500 because of the chip shortage. But they actually did 20,060, I believe it is. So they, beat met their original goal, which that's really good.
Right. And that's I'm hoping that they don't overshoot things and that the money comes in. And again, this is just on car sales. This isn't including any other kind of forms of payment for NIO, not any other types of revenue. This is just strictly car sales. So I'm expecting this number to either increase and hopefully not decrease. I can't imagine it's going to decrease based on just the base numbers. So I'm really hoping it just goes up from here, and I'd rather be under than over. So but if we look at the EPS, this is my biggest concern with the reporting of the earnings is the EPS predictions, because the analysts all over the market, whether you're from Tip Ranks or from the NASDAQ or wherever the analysts are from, give out EPS estimates. And if we look at the EPS estimates from the last 4 quarters, Q1 of 2020 was negative 26 cents, and they actually reported negative 22. So that's really good. And like if we look from where we're at now, so Q4 of 2021, this is where it got hairy in Q4 of 2021 because they were estimating negative 7 cents and they reported negative 14. So it's like they beat all of their earnings up until this quarter. So Webull, if we look at Webull real quick, we'll look at Webull. They actually are estimating, or they're reporting an estimate of about negative 15, 16 cents. So if NIO is like, hey, we're gonna deliver, I don't know, negative 12 cents, it's gonna look a lot better for the stock and or for them, which in turn will probably drive the stock up a little bit, So fingers crossed that they beat that. The volume's not really high right now. We're only at about just under 40 million, so not very high, especially when we're used to pushing like 80 plus million for volume. But we're down almost 5% right now. Sucks. I really did not want to see freaking $39, especially when we were up to $43. I really did not want to see 39 again.
It's pretty rough. So then I'm just curious to see, where it kind of lands, because the last support was 35, and then there was kind of a little bit of a support around, I think, low 42s, but we're well past that now. So we'll see where it stops, but I sure hope it doesn't go all the way back down to 35.
Right. And if we look back at the last month, we basically put a support line. We thought a support line was around the $41 mark, and obviously we're well below that. So clearly that was not a support, and that was really there wasn't really much support there. Like that was just kind of like based off the new, but like we can clearly see a support line here at the $35 mark. So let's fingers crossed that we don't hit that. But kind of
Pretty
talking,
rough.
right, talking a little bit more about NIO. They're estimating a negative of a loss of 16 cents per share on sales of about 1.02 billion dollars. And NIO reported a loss of negative 22 cents from a quarter ago, or not from a quarter ago, but from the same time last year on $193 million. So definitely growing. They're definitely growing as a company, but it's just, you got to keep chipping away, man. That's the only way you're going to grow. Look how long it took Tesla to become profitable. You know,
Right.
It took them 10 years.
Yeah, with their earnings, you know, even if the stock goes down, it's still going to show me that they're growing. You know, well over, you know, like we said, 18% from last quarter. You know, their car sales are going up. They're just expanding as a company, opening up new factories or building new factories, expanding into other countries. And hopefully we get some news about that. And it'd be nice to get some news about ET7 pre-orders. That would be some icing on the cake.
Right.
But
right.
no matter what really happens, unless something drastic happens with their earnings, you know, even if they miss it by a little bit, it's still going to show me what I need to see, and that's that the company is growing.
Right.
And growing like at a crazy fast rate.
Right. I mean, as long as you know, like you said, as long as we see that they're growing, their EPS is going up, their sales are going up, and you know they're expanding into Norway. Like I think they're still growing. I'm not cutting my freaking ties with NIO because they report a bad earnings or anything like that.
Yeah, I think last earnings they barely missed it by like, I think it was less than 20 million or 12 million or something like that. But when you're talking like $1 billion, like what's 20 million?
Right.
You know, that's nothing. And everyone
Right.
freaked out and is like, that's nothing.
Right. And again, we're long-term investors in NIO. We're not playing this to swing trade it between today and tomorrow. We're looking out at the future. We're seeing 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where's NIO going to be? People are so focused on the now instead of the future. You think of what they're going to do as a future. A brand new company is not going to blow millions and billions out of the water when they're brand new. They're still growing. They're still working on becoming a company, and that's where
they're spending a lot of money expanding, which is what they need to do. So
right.
I mean, obviously that's going to hurt them from being profitable, but that's perfectly fine with me because you know they need to expand.
Right.
They need to spend money.
Right. So. And I basically, you know, there's no set, we're just going to throw this out there too. There's no set stone. Hey, the NIO's going to be the best company in the world and they're going to make thousands. Like, we're just basing all of this off of what we see from the past, what we see Tesla do. You know, they kind of mimic each other a little bit. We know they're two different companies, but we're basing it all off facts in the past. So, you know, we could be wrong. If we're wrong, we're wrong. We'll admit that we're wrong. But it is what it is. You know, that's
and
what
they're
we're
growing at you know, twice as fast as Tesla was when Tesla was at this point. So.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, it's all good things.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's all good things. You know, we're gonna post a video later tonight after earnings, give all the updated information on what's going on and how much, you know, what the damage is, if anything, or what, you know, what the positivity is. But we still got high hopes. We're trying to be positive over here about it. But again, that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. It really helps support the channel. And again, thank you guys so much for all your support and everything. Links in the description for Webull. You guys deposit $100, get you 2 free stocks valued up to $1,800. And that expires here on the 30th. So you got tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's the expiration date on that. So if you guys want that, that's all down there. And you also got links down there for our stock or our merchandise, Stock Dude merchandise, if you guys are into that. You also got the link down there for Patreon if you guys are interested in hopping into our personal Discord to get you access to our portfolios and the Discord portfolio. So all of that's down there. But again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We'll see you guys in the next video.